Morning, children. In the first video, we saw Abraham Lincoln explaining the kind of education his son should receive. What should be the purpose of education? That is what he explains in the letter to his son's teacher. So, though it is a letter, actually it is an essay written in the form of a letter. So, he explains the kind of education his son should receive. We saw the anxiety of a father when he sends his son to school for the first time. So, elsewhere, Lincoln stated that the purpose of education should be to inculcate honor and character in children. So, education should aim at inculcating or instilling or injecting or bringing up honor and character in children. I repeat once again because it can be written as part of your annotation. So, according to Abraham Lincoln, remember, according to Abraham Lincoln, the purpose of education is to inculcate honor and character in children. That should be the purpose of education. Okay, he believed that education is a potential tool. According to him, education is a potential, powerful tool. Yes, for building the all-round personality of a student. So, education is a potential, powerful tool for building the all-round development of a student, of a child, transforming him. So, by which he can be transformed into a successful human being. Yes, through education, a student can be transformed into a successful human being and an excellent global citizen. Yes. So a student can be transformed into what? An excellent global citizen. That should be the purpose of education according to Abraham Lincoln. So it is not simply about his son or his son going to school. That is not. So he is stating what should be the purpose of education. Why should student go to school? What should they learn and all those things. So that should be the purpose of education. Yes, it can be written as introduction when you write annotations and even short question also. Of course, I told you that I will explain in detail later how to write an annotation. Okay, so we saw Abraham Lincoln telling to his teacher that he is coming to school for the first time, so treat him gently. Okay, na? So it is strange and new to him for a while, for some time it might be so strange and new to him. So treat him gently. And he said, to live this life will require faith, love, and courage. Up to there, that we saw in the first video. Let us continue. So, dear teacher, will you please take him by his hand? So, he is asking the teacher, will you kindly take my child by his hand and teach him things he will have to know. Let him be taught those things he will have to know. There are many things in the world he has to face later in life. So let him learn all those things through his education. Education is not meant for bookish knowledge. Getting some marks, scoring some marks, getting a job. No. Let him learn all those things he will have to know in life to become successful in life. So let him know all those things he will have to know. What all things are there, we are going to see one by one. Okay, and also he adds to that, but gently if you can. Let him know, let him learn all those things he must learn, but gently if you can. Yes, teach him that for every enemy there is a friend. Teach him that, let him be taught that for every enemy there is a friend. See, enemy and friend, entirely different now. Yes, so he is using them some antithetical and epigrammatic usages. Antithetical means just opposite. See, epigram. Epigram is a figure of speech by which it may seem so contradictory, but it may not be. In meaning, it may not be. It may appear to be so contradictory, but in reality, it is not. That is what is known as epigram. So he is using some epigrams, but in meaning, what he says is exactly correct, accurate, and apt. For every, enemy, there is a friend. So he is telling that, teach him that. Let him be taught. Let him learn that even for every enemy, there is a friend. Yes. Okay. And he will have to know that all men are not just. Let him know, let him understand, let him learn that men around him, all men are not just. Just means doing justice. Just people. They would never do any injustice. So let him know that people around him are not just. There are people who are not good, who are wicked, cunning, crafty, and crooked people are there around him. He has to meet them today or tomorrow. In future, he has to meet them. Let him be enabled to meet them and face them. Okay, let him know that. Let him get the strength and power to meet such kind of people. Those who are not just. Let him learn that all men are not true. Yes, men are there who are not true. Those who may be not true means they may not behave nicely. Okay, they may not say always truth, untruth they may say, and all those things. Wicked people are there around him. Let him know that all people are not innocent. All people are not just. All people are not true. Let him know that people around him are not just, are not true. And he has to face them, meet them, and must be able to meet them and deal them accordingly. Yes. Teach him also that for every scoundrel there is a hero. See that epigrammatic usages. Scoundrel and hero. Just opposite may seem. But think about the meaning of that. See, for every scoundrel, even for a scoundrel, there is a hero. And for every crooked politician, there is a dedicated leader. Even for every crooked politician, there is a dedicated leader. Of course, we know that, all politicians are not true. They are not just. There are people who are in politics only to make money for themselves, and they may be corrupted. They also would say that my leader is, for example, Mahatma Gandhi. See, we know that he stood for non-violence, justice, innocent, and all those things. We know very well. But even for a crooked politician, he would say, even in front of his house, there will be the picture of Mahatma Gandhi garlanded. And he would say to everyone who comes there, oh, he is my hero, I am a Gandhian, he would say. A crooked politician. Even for every crooked politician, there is a dedicated leader. These phrases may appear to be contradictory and opposing each other. But it's true that even for every crooked politician, there is a dedicated leader. Let him know that. Let him learn that. Understand that. Even for every crooked politician, there is a dedicated leader. Let us continue. Teach him if you can. Let him be taught if you can. The 10 cents earned is of far more value than $1 found. Cent is a coin. 10 cent, 10 paise, or for example 10 rupees you take, is more valuable, is of more value than $1 found. $1 means 75 rupees, 10 rupees and 75 rupees. See, 10 rupees earned is of far more value than 100 rupees that is found, not earned by the sweat on your eyebrows or forehead. Okay, that means without working. So 1 rupee earned is of far more value than 10 rupees found. 1 rupee earned is of far more value than 10 rupees earned. Sorry, 10 rupees found. For you children, you are not earning anything. Because whenever you are in need of money, you will go to your father or mother or uncle. So many are there to contribute for you. And you don't know value of money. You will know the value of money when you earn it. By the sweat on your forehead, by working hard, your own money. Yes, first salary is of very much importance for every person, every individual. That he earned for himself. Earning by himself is something great. So let him know that 1 rupee earned is of far more value than 10 rupees or even 100 rupees found. That is found without any hard work behind it. Let him know that, let him learn that what you have earned is of far more value than what you have got without working hard for it. Okay. In school, teach him also. It is far more honorable to fail than to cheat. In school, you have to teach him that it is far more honorable to fail than to cheat others. So whatever you are doing, you must do in a gentle manner. You see, it is far more honorable to fail than to cheat. The founder of modern Olympic Games, P.D. Coubertin once said, what is important in life is not conquering but fighting well. In the Olympics, many countries will participate, many people will participate, but winners are very few. What is more important is participating, fighting well. Whether you get the prize or not is quite different. Of course, you have to fight for that, but fighting well is more important than conquering or defeating. You see, that is more important. Once said P.D. Coubertin. That is what is explained here. What is that? It is far more honorable to fail than to cheat. Yes. See, you may remember, our Mahatma Gandhi's autobiography, My Experiment with the Truth. In that, he accepts the mistakes that he made and he repents for that. And he says that when I make a mistake, let me fail. In school, there is an experience of him. He was asked by his teacher to copy down. Exam was going on because inspection was going on. He refused to do that. I don't deserve it, I don't want. Because he wants to get only what he deserves. So it is far more honorable to fail than to cheat. When you cheat, you are cheating first yourself. Your conscience, you are cheating. So it is far more honorable to fail than to cheat, according to Abraham Lincoln. These are his words, not just meant for his son, but for everyone. It is far more honorable to fail than to cheat. Yes, teach him to learn how to gracefully lose. Even when losing, it should be done in a graceful manner. And enjoy winning when he does win. And he must be able to enjoy the winning moments when he really wins. Of course, in life there will be winning moments, there will be moments of failure too. A man should be able to face both. Okay, so when he gets a success, he should not be overjoyed, overexcited. No. When he gets a failure, he must be humble enough to accept. He must be humble enough to accept. When you meet with a failure, you become humble because you learn the lesson of humility. So, success and failures both are required in life, not success alone. Suppose a man gets always success, when he meets with a failure, he won't be able to manage that. Yes, he will be shaken, or he won't be able to manage that. His balance of mind will be gone because he has never met with a failure. Failures are required. In life, failures are part and parcel of life, and we must be able to face them so that we get strength to face bigger failures, bigger challenges. That is what life is. So let him know that how to gracefully lose. Even losing, it should be done in a graceful manner, and enjoy winning when he does win. That is annotation number 2. You see, teach him to learn how to gracefully lose, and enjoy winning when he does win, when he really wins. Of course, I said, success and failures are part of life. A man should be able to face both, whether it is success or failure, with a balance of mind. That is what he has to learn in life. Let him be taught it in the school itself. Yes, this is what he expects his son to do. Okay, this is what he expects the teacher to teach. Yes, so we will continue in the next video. Thank you.